Good morning. This is Moonlit Mornings, a Sunday morning show dedicated to my grandpa, who always taught me that the real magic of the world starts before the rest of the world wakes up. I am Freya Harmony, and I speak the truths that they want left unspoken to help you tap into your power, protection, prosperity, and peace. And good morning. Happy Easter. Let's start with that. Let's take a moment of just gratitude, peace for everything. I want to thank you for joining me this morning. We're going to just clear out the energy. The moment of gratitude, some address. Once again, happy Easter. So this morning we're going to start talking about, of course, what else is there to talk about on Easter except for Easter? And about how so many people this day and age believe it's all about Christ. Because that's what we're brainwashed from the beginning to believe. That's what we're raised to think. That's what we're told to believe. It was never supposed to be what Easter was or even about. The name Easter is often linked to the god Astra, a goddess tied to the dawn, the east, to new beginnings. Life resurging after things have been really cold and frozen, harsh, for a long minute. And long before the churches took it over, people already knew this. They saw this, believing that the promise and magic of spring was the new life being birthed to Mother Goddess's whole new world. Beautiful world. They watched miracles of the sun reappearing in the sky as the ground thawed, softened, became a little mushy. Became the right conditions for life to begin again. Another cycle, starting all over. Back then, eggs weren't just something we colored and hid. There was meaning behind it. Coloring and hiding those eggs were a symbol of celebration, a symbol of knowing that life is still possible, that life is still growing, the gratefulness, the gratitude of a harvest coming back. It's funny how this season is right after the one where things are in lack. Also, we can't see on the inside of that hard egg shell. What's growing in there is often something more. All we see is the shell. Inside is a whole new living being. Rabbits were never just cute little mascots that just hopped around and hid eggs. They symbolized life multiplying. They meant fertility. They meant creation, continuation, freedom of sexuality. Nobody had to explain that to the pagans of the past. The earth was already showing them. They were raised knowing it. One day, Christianity took over. The meanings of these things changed and placed something dark on Easter. You know what? I find it cute that a holiday celebrating the torture and execution of the greatest, most beloved witch of all times, and they didn't even bother changing the name of the goddess that the celebration was dedicated to. The goddess that it did erase. The irony. They didn't erase Easter, though. They didn't erase the holidays, the celebrations. They reinterpreted it. And as Christianity spread, it moved into more places where people already had these set traditions, these beliefs that were so evil that the people needed to be burned for them. These beliefs that were already as big as their faith, their belief, what they knew life itself to be. And instead of removing them, Christianity layered over them. They took it over. Same cycle, same seasons, same celebrations, different stories. Parts and meanings left out. A celebration of life changed to a celebration of a torturous death. Changing the celebration to Christianity's evilest God of all times. For me, on Easter, I take the time to remember all of that. And hopefully I can remind some of you of all that too. Or let you know if you didn't know. Spring isn't just pretty. Spring used to mean something very real. And it was never about torturing a poor man to death. Winter was all about survival, cold, darkness, supplies running low. Never knowing if you were going to make it to see spring. But when it did come, that was the final proof that you did survive. That you got through the hard times. You got through things that would break a whole lot of people. Something that a lot of people don't or didn't back then make it through. You didn't disappear. You made it to see the sunshine shine again. It's not just about the season of spring. It is about you, our life cycles, what's in your internal world too. Witches recognize these cycles in our own lives. Another thing about our human condition that an evil Christian God tried to demonize us with. A part of us that demonized Christian God wants us to ignore. Everything you've been through, everything that tried to take you out, that was your winter. And you know what? You're still here. With spring, I want you to celebrate a new spring beginning in your own life. Easter is the truest celebration of the new year, the new birth. I know January, it's when the world celebrates it. But January, the world's still cold, harsh, and dangerous. Spring is right around the corner. And new births mean life begins when new growth happens. This also relates to when your energy comes back, when your movement comes back. It's a little easier to walk, to feel like yourself once again. And that's the real new year. Coming back to watch the sun as bright as ever. Knowing that harsh winter didn't remove its life either. I want you guys to take this Easter and remember that this is your reset. Whatever your beliefs, this is your reset. This is a time where our manifestations grow. But we also have to nourish them. We have to plant those seeds. We have to think about what stays, what we want to go, what our crops are going to be. What is it that you're building new life into next? Ask yourself my favorite question of all times. If you could be doing anything right now, what would that be? What's actually stopping you? If you're not actively deciding every single day what needs to change about your life, what needs to stay, and what needs to go, you're just being stagnant. There's no growth in your own life. You might as well be frozen. I know the Christian God preaches on stability, but life is all about change. What is that song? How do I help you say goodbye? If you want to make more changes to reach your highest and greatest self, your highest consciousness, you're going to have to make those changes. You're going to have to make that choice to make those changes, to plant those seeds. Making that decision, step one. Actually doing it would be step two. Believe me, I had to learn this the hard way too. But as long as you keep moving, keep choosing, keep adjusting your life into what works and what doesn't for you, for your life, because nobody else knows your life better than you. Nobody. Nobody has answers but you. I promise things will come back better. The one thing you can't change, the one thing that will never change, is the past and the truths of those pasts. But you can make things new. But you can make new things grow into a better reality. Perfection is subjective. You can create life that is perfect for you. And it doesn't have to look good for anybody else. It doesn't have to look perfect for anybody else. Are you happy with it? Are you happy with who you are? Okay. So we're going to see what the week holds for each one of our signs. We're going to break it down into earth, air, fire, and water and see what each one of these signs needs to know for the week ahead for spring. And always remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, so water is, let's start with water. Yeah. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Emotional truth is coming up for you this week. Something you're going to have to stop avoiding. You're going to have to feel it. You're going to have to face it. And you're going to have to free yourself from it. Okay, that's better. So let's see what we have for our water signs. We're going to do a quick spread. We're going to do one for water signs, fire signs, earth signs, and then we'll do air signs. And if I don't remember it and do it in that order, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not perfect either. Ooh, we have the star. What did I say about emotional clarity coming through? We also have the page of wands. You already know what to do. You already know where your faith lies. You already know the direction you're going to want to take. It's not something you're learning. You're past that. Ooh, we have the King of Cups. You're going to have to really tap into that emotional mastery that water signs usually carry innately. Something that their intuition gives to them freely. What else do we have for water signs this week? Five of Pentacles in the reverse. What did I say about abundance growing this spring? That's, I mean, pretty much the whole episode's about that this week. But the Five of Pentacles is in the reverse. You've been in a state of lack. You've been in a state of poverty. It's been something that you've been trying to grow. And guess what? Those towers that made shit shake are no longer affecting your life. They're no longer haunting you. And with the Two of Cups in the reverse, there's a lot of things that you really didn't want to have to give up in order to get that. Yeah. All right, so what do they need to know going forward this week, Spirit, for the water signs? Queen of Pentacles, your abundance is coming. Keep going, because you're there. You're there, all right? Okay, so next we are going to do the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sag. And this is your moment to move. This is a moment to tap into those passions, to stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Your fire burns, but it also brings new opportunities. Those passions, those new beginnings, those actions that fire signs are so great about taking. Fire signs don't hesitate too much. Five of Cups, but there is a sadness that's coming over you. But we also have Seven of Cups. That's an illusion. That's not real. That is an optional access road that you could take because you're not actually sad. What is this illusion of sadness over my fire signs? The Devil. You're fighting your own toxicities. Don't do that. It's like your own toxicities are making you sad, but the Eight of Pentacles is here. So you are going to do the work to come out of past betrayals, to come out of what hurt you before, what kept you stagnant, whatever it was that made you feel sad. You're taking the control back of your own lives. You're working to overcome the toxicity and toxic people. And I think that's beautiful. Anything else, any information they need to go forward with their week? Nine of Pentacles. It is in the reverse. You feel like it's been taking too long for your seeds to grow, to enjoy the abundance of the fruits of your labor. It's like you feel like you're being a good person. So why aren't those seeds growing? It's going to take a little bit more push, but they are growing. They are here. They are going to help you, okay? All right, so next we're going to do Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And it's time you really get out there and start weeding your garden, start sowing those seeds, start plowing. You need to focus on the structure of your stability right now. What you start now is going to last. It's going to build up It's going to grow, and it's going to be the greatest, fruitfulest season of your life. So we're going to see what we have for our earth signs. By the way, I am a Taurus. I love earth signs. I love the stability. I also have a Scorpio moon and somehow a stubborn streak with a fiery edge. But that's just me. I have a very unique birth chart from what CoStar tells me. We got death in the Four of Cups. We have a transformation of the way your thoughts have been going, on what you've been thinking about doing, and which changes that you're wanting to make. It's time for you to start going down a different path. But you already knew this. Like, this is a change that you've been trying to implement into your life for a minute. What else do we have for our earth signs going in? Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, that keeps coming up today. The Devil in the reverse and the Hangman in the reverse. Your abundance is in seeing that not only were you never stuck, you were never the problem to begin with. You were the one that kept going. You were the one that kept building. You were the one that kept doing the things that contributed to stability and making things grow and go according to plan. You, for some reason, was thinking that you were the problem in so much. And for a long time, that kept you stuck, stagnant, not moving forward, not being able to see from your own perspective. But I feel like there was a lot of projections of other people's perspectives put on you that you kind of adapted for a minute. Spirit is saying no more, because with this Queen of Pentacles, that time's over. The time for you to take back your own control and your own abundance is long overdue. We have the Knight of Wands. It's time to stop thinking and start doing. You need to be more patient with yourself. So what is the advice we have going forward for our earth signs? Ace of Cups in the reverse and the Queen of Swords. You've stopped worrying about how other people feel, how you feel. You realize that feelings are just air, and actions and what's going on is what really matters. People can talk all day long. People can say whatever the hell they want to say. I'm living proof of that. Doesn't mean that's what reality is. Shit, look at this. Look at this. Ducks in the pool. See them? They just, like, I don't know how they even got in. Can you see them? Let's see. There they go. Oh, I hope you saw them, because I didn't flip my camera around. That's crazy. Look at this beautiful pool, y'all. The ducks decided they needed an early morning swim. That's what it was. As the sun's coming up. Can you see the moon? Let's see. It's still there and it's gorgeous, but things are starting to lighten up this morning. The ducks, that was so cool. I'm like, I know I didn't hear nobody come through the gate. What's going on? Okay, so now that the ducks came to visit us and say Happy Easter, that was awesome. Thank you, Mother Goddess. Honestly, that's actually, since birds are a water creature, they can fly, so you got both elements of the masculine and femininity. Sorry, side note, have to go down it because obviously Mother Goddess wants me to say this because she wouldn't have sent ducks if she didn't. So Father God, fire and air, Mother Goddess, earth and water, and she just said hi with a creature that comes from both the air and the water, and that is gorgeous. That is amazing. So that's gonna make my day. Absolutely. When you can listen to spirit and when you can understand the signs that are being sent to you, that's a beautiful thing. Anyways, we're gonna go into our air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. There's something coming very clear to you. You don't need to overthink it or talk yourself out of it. You have to accept the truth and you have to move forward. It's that time. It is that time. We got the Three of Pentacles. We've also got the Six of Swords in the reverse. You're in a moment where a lot of people are helping your manifestations come to fruitfulness a little bit faster than what you thought. You have the right people in your court. People that you don't want to escape from. I feel like it might not necessarily be a peaceful situation. I feel like you're listening to a lot of opinions that you don't necessarily agree with, and that's an issue for you. But we have the Fool in the reverse. You're also not naive. You also know the path that you want to take and where you're going to go. And I feel like whoever these Three of Pentacles are, they only want what's best for you. They don't want you to leave. They don't want you to go anywhere, but they are going to help your manifestations come in a whole lot faster. 10 of Pentacles. Look at you stepping into your stability and abundance. Damn, air signs. Good job. What else do we have for our air signs this week, Spirit? We have the Page of Cups. Remember, while you're out there doing all of this, those Three of Pentacles people, they need to hear that they're appreciated. They also need to hear that they're loved. We have the Nine of Wands. I feel like they can be a little bit defensive towards you and see you as a creature that's not quite aware of their leadership abilities, is what I'm picking up on. We got the Five of Cups in the reverse. You're very, 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 very aware of it. But that doesn't get you the victory. We also have the King of Wands. The actions you take can not only shake your shit, but it can shake the shit of others. And I want you to remember that. There's a lot coming through for air signs this morning, I guess. Do we need any future advice for these air signs for the week ahead? Strength in reverse. And the Knight of Cups. Sometimes you just need to remember that true strength comes in something that I feel like you're seeing as makes you soft. Love and feelings don't make you soft, but the King of Wands just popped right back out there. You do need to keep moving forward. You do need to keep taking the actions to create that Ten of Pentacles that came through. However, also remember, a little bit of compassion can go a long way. Recognizing other people's feelings can help too. Eight of Cups in the reverse. Oh, okay. Okay. Eight of Cups in the reverse and the Three of Cups in the reverse. And yeah, what did I say about transforming? What did I say about, not loving yourself enough? There is no walking away here. There is no escaping to calmer waters. There is no moving forward from the situation you're in, but you also don't want that. You do want to transform how you're feeling and how you're looking at other people's feelings and the way you treat people based on those. Okay. So before I close this out and go out and celebrate today, before you go out and celebrate today, I want to bring back to everybody to what this season actually means, what it really holds, what it really symbolizes. Life expands, life connects, life creates more. Across every culture, whether you're Celtic, Norse, early European, Latino, even Western European, like Americas, because most of us over here are European to begin with. People gather today at this time. We celebrate, we build the bonfires, we initiate movement, also intimate connections. People used to be more open, more expressive around this time of the year, more intimately connected. But not because nothing mattered, not because their health didn't matter, but because life matters. Surviving and creating new life after winter matters. Life was never meant to be held back. It is meant to be lived. It is meant to be created. And this is fertility season. This season is the very essence of creating new life, attracting new partners with chemistry, connecting and reconnecting, not just with nature, but with our own lives. Choosing who and what you align with, who and what gets to stay, who and what needs to go. It will never look one way for everybody. Not ever. Never ever. Never ever ever ever. I also want you to take the time to remember that magic through self-resonation is important. What resonates with you, what makes you feel like there's magic within you or is creating magic within your own life. Your faith, your way of moving through life, that's all yours. Nobody can take it. And this spring, whether you choose one partner or multiple partners, simple connections or complicated ones, if you get what I'm going at here. Or if you just want to reconnect with yourself. I'm working on loving myself more than ever this season, but the point remains the same. Life is moving again, and you're allowed to move with it. You're allowed to have fun. You're allowed to be free and honest without shame about who you are and what you want to do and what new beginnings you want. This life was never meant to be built around chaos. And this season will always be about continuation. You didn't survive everything you've been through just to stay stagnant and stuck where you were, what you wanted to grow out of. You need to come out of that winter season of your life because you survived it to regrow yourself, to resow seeds. This is the first day, this moment, life is back. It's time to act like it. And I want you to remember that every day is a chance to choose better. Spring is a shift. Confirmation. So get out there, make your gardens grow, or stay in the weeds where new life doesn't sow. The truth is always yours. The choice is always yours. And I'm going to leave that right there for y'all. So get out there and have fun. More than anything, get out there, have fun, mate like crazy to celebrate the spring sun. I will see y'all next week. Love you, miss you, bye.